y'all can S-double-E, 'cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can S-T-O-P. Came to make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie, before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it 'cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no, I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like a bastard, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, 'cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touch down, touchdown, touchdown. 4th down, 4 yards, put it all on the line. I am not worried 'cause it is our time. I hear the crowd in the background, man, they just wanna see me shine. For the hell of it, it's irrelevant. You lacking the intelligence to make it make sense. We gon' manifest whatever we can to get. That's a little money and a trophy and nothing they call respect. We don't care who the best, we don't worry who was next. We gon' put the boys to rest like a temper feet to bed. I'm ahead of the rest like I came without a net. They gon' say it under breath, I'ma say it with my chest. I got it wrapped like a toga, put the whole team on my shoulders. Hold up, wake these boys up, call me soldier, soldier. Flow feeling colder, some call it polar. You don't wanna box me, I'm feeling cocky. Hair stocky, leave 'em floppy, face naughty. Talking all aki, think he big poppy, then I'll chop him down like karate. I see none of you here can stop me. It's obvious, you're too sloppy, cheap copy. I'm Rocky, leave his eyes all glossy, but in the end zone is where you can spot when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Fields it right around the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full street. 58 for Mike, 58 for Mike.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Down the numbers. There he goes. 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point put through by Succop, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So that will push him back.
And now we know why he had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
Here we go, set. Yellow, 43.
A give for Taylor running right side. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They run once more with Taylor. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
They'll let Taylor try and run. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going. And then they capitalize with a little bit on top.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Buccaneers at 500 now, 4-4 on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now Landry. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away from trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line. They brought the house that time on the young rookie, maybe a little rattled through the pick.
And you have to be prepared for a lot of pressure as a rookie quarterback because most defensive coordinators are going to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Bobby Okereke running in and bringing him down. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football. Fournette. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Fournette again, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Buccaneers have regained the lead. Extra point up and good by Succop. And that makes this a 14-8 ball game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Room here to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. That's on the tackle, Braden Smith. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Second down and a run by Robinson. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 36. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd-and-1 situation. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that is incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Leonard Fournette stops short of the marker on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to throw now on 1st down. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that.
Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Extra point try now for Succop. He knocks it through, and he extends the lead to 21-8. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. The drive will start at the 25-yard line here as Rodgers will not return it. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they... He's got a man! Complete! And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And he's got it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette on his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point put through by Succop, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Here we go. Here we go. Black 40. Red, yellow. Ready.
They'll throw now on the final play. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Here we go.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
On the counter, it's Taylor. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. On the counter, this is Robinson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will move the deficit from 20 down to 17. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the... And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And the Colts are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
2nd down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Out to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get it behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Fournette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Up the gut, Fournette. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Back now in Tampa. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Landry now on the return. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league. Out
of the gun now on 3rd down. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Check, strike. Drill green.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. They'll try the right side here with Fournette. Down to about the 37.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Leonard Fournette with career touchdown number 60. And the Bucs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is now 24. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And Rodgers will hold on to this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2nd down, back to Fournette. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They'll run it again with Fournette. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Succop for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll roll him out right, and he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Back to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest. They kind of performed.
God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict.